This is going to be a quick unboxing and review of the Toshiba portable air conditioner. That's the model number there. It's supposed to cool up to 300 square feet, 15 by 20 feet. It has 10,000 BTUs and 7,000 BTUH US DOE standard. It features 3-in-1 comfort. It cools. It's also dehumidifies and ventilates. Quick, easy installation. Fits most vertical sliding encasement style windows. Has light and mobile. Has 4 wheels for easy room-to-room portability. Intelligent features include 24-hour timer, sleep mode, and louver auto swing. Or louver. I'm not sure how you say that. Also comes with a remote. Comes with this box on top of the unit itself with the ties there. I popped it off, popped up the ties, tried pulling off the box, and this part was on the top part of the box, so it made it kind of weird because the cord, the power cord, was stuck in this thing here. So yeah, I had to kind of lean the box over after I took it off of here and kind of pull the cord out. So just be aware of that if you're going to buy this thing. You're going to have to kind of squeegee that thing out of the box after you take it off the unit. It's going to come with the exhaust here, and this hooks up to the back of the unit itself, and it's got some window stuff here, put on your windows, and this is the other part of this thing that hooks up to this, which goes under or on the side of the window in order to keep the window closed. And inside you get, inside the bag here, you get the remote. This is going to be some cable management here. Hooks up to the back of the unit. You can manage your cables. A little bit of hardware. And the manual itself, and this is going to be a tube which is bent down the middle. I'm not sure you want this bent because this is how you're going to drain the water. Hooks up to the output on the back to get rid of the water. And you get your batteries for your remote. This is meant to be set up in a room or a shed. I'm going to set up in my garage. I'm going to figure out a way, either using the vents that are back there, or figure out a way to not close the garage door all the way. Just leave a little spot to be able to put this exhaust thing there, and the rest of the area that stays open, figure out a way to seal it off so the cold air won't get out. So let me put this thing together, and I'll continue. Alright, I've put my portable AC together already. Inside the box, you're going to get this quick installation guide. You're pretty much going to make sure you have all those pieces. Here you're going to check your window type and the length of it. And you're going to get 2 sliders for the windows, depending whether you need them or not. One of them has a hole, the other one doesn't. The other one's just kind of like an extension. You're going to prepare the hose assembly. It's going to be pretty easy. You're going to get 2 adapters. One of the adapters goes connected to the back of the AC, and the other adapter goes connected to the under end of the hose. That's what that shows you there. And you might have 2 different types of adapters there. It just shows you what to do with each kind. Here, after you put the adapter, you connect the hose to the back of the AC, and then you're going to use the adhesive foam that comes also with the AC inside the plastic. See where it's at. I don't know if it's this stuff. Yeah, I don't know where I left it, but you get a couple strips of foam there that to line the sides of the window frame. You get 2 types, And then you are going to use the bracket, which you also get, in order to screw into the top of your window in order to keep it closed, since if you have the AC installed, your window will not be able to use the locks that it comes with. You're going to have to secure it with that bracket if you want to. And then you just simply slide the window slider adapter into the hole of the window slider, which is that part over there that I have connected into the vent there. And that's it. Oh, and you also get the hose there to take out the water. Now I've been doing a couple of tests here for a couple days after I put it together. Pretty much you're gonna have to figure out what the best angle is for the AC depending on what room it is. That's the best angle that I was able to find in order to keep the air in here, in order to keep this metal section the coolest, and this area the coolest, and that area the coolest, by facing it this way. The way that the air comes out of here, if you open the vent all the way up, it's gonna hit very high on the top, right around where this light's at. It's gonna come straight up. If you open it halfway, it's gonna come out about here, about halfway, maybe about waist size for me, around my ab area. And since it's facing that way, it's not gonna go straight that way. It's gonna come more towards this way. You'll feel the air come out more this way as opposed to straight that way. So pointing it that way, I'm able to get it around here, around the center of the room, which is more ideal because I can keep both sides at the temperature that I want, as opposed to if you face it directly this way, it's going to keep that area cold and this area not as cold. So you're going to have to find the best area for your room and figure out what area you want to keep the coolest. Now the lowest it goes, I think it's 62, but it's not going to get that low. Well, not at least not in my garage. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. When you turn it on, you're going to get your settings there on top. Mine set to high, Fahrenheit degrees. 62 is the coldest it will get, and I have it set to cool. Now the vent will open all the way up to start, and then the AC part will kick in. Right there. Now I've been sitting in my garage for about 15 minutes already. Outside right now, it is 79 according to the degrees that I found online, but it feels like 86 degrees by the garage door with the door open, and about 85 with the door closed. But I'm already sweating in here. I was taking notes earlier and I was getting the entire side of the paper here all wet. That's why I just wrote on the left side. I sweat a lot, and it's very humid here where I'm at, so that's going to bring into account also the heat. It's 79 outside, but it's going to feel around 80 something, 85, 86, somewhere around there. What I found by doing my test here, if you turn it on when it's over 90 outside and it feels over 100, the coolest it's going to get your area, or if you have it in the garage in an area that's similar to mine. See, I'm on this side and now the air is right around here. The coolest it's going to get it is about in the low 80s. The coldest I got it was 78.4, and that was leaving the AC on all night, around 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. 78.4 was the coldest I was able to get it in here. So keep that in mind. You might not get it all the way down to 62, That's just the temperature that the air is coming out of the AC 62. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get your room 62 degrees, which for me is fine. I mean, I'm using it in my garage when I work out primarily, and I still want to be able to sweat, you know, a bit. If it was able to get down to 62, I wouldn't be sweating. I wouldn't be able to warm up at all, and you wouldn't be able to get a good workout since it would be too cold in here. So if you get this AC and it gets over 100 in your area, and the heat index feels over 100, you're probably going to get it around the lower 80s, which is better than what it feels like outside. To me, it was worth the money that I paid for it. It was almost $400 for a 10,000 BTU unit. You could get a bigger unit. I believe they have a 14,000 and also a 16,000 BTU unit. This one's going to serve my purpose fine for what I'm using it for in my garage. If you're thinking about getting one for your garage, it will keep your garage around 80, lower 80 degrees. And if you keep your garage door closed, well, obviously you're not going to let in the hot air, and you're not going to let in the humidity that there is outside if it's very humid outside. For me, it was worth it. I'm going to go ahead and check to see what it is right now. I'm not being very technical about it. I'm just using this this air temperature sensor thing. Earlier it was 79 outside, 86 in the garage with the door open, 85 door closed. But as soon as I closed the garage door, I started sweating already. So right now we're at 84.3. Let me get to the hottest area. 85.1. And here it's about 84 up here, a little bit higher, 84. And here 84. So it is gonna get it cooler, and you are gonna feel when you're working out, if that's what you're using it for in your garage, or even if you're just using it for work. And that's because I have the vent all the way up. You are gonna feel the cold air. You're gonna feel it a lot less warmer than it was if you didn't have the AC. Now I'm gonna bring it down a little, and I'll show y'all how much this thing goes up and down. Right now it's open up all the way. If you hit this vent angle button, it's gonna bring it down almost all the way to the bottom, which I found was the best way. Right around there. That's as low as it gets. Now it's coming out around here, around right there, as opposed to way up here. This is going to be your best bet. Have it all the way down. And now I feel it more this area. So to me, it was worth the money to keep my garage cooler than it is. I'm starting to not sweat as much now, and I am starting to feel a little bit more comfortable in here. Now you did get a remote. The remote's kind of weird though. I set the temperature on the unit itself, and then I was messing around with the remote. I don't know if it wasn't receiving it or not. Let me see if it will do it now. Let me bring up the temperature on the remote and see if it registers it on the AC. It's not doing it. Yeah, I don't know why it's not. I might have similar problems with the remote. For some reason it's not registering it there. Maybe it'll work out better for you as far as the remote goes. Well, I'm gonna let the AC run for about 10 minutes, and then we'll see where the temperature is at and how much, if it made a difference on the temperature. Now, I hooked it up to the vent here that I had in my garage. which is used to circulate the air. I just took off the vent halfway, and I was able to cut off a piece of the window slider there, and I just left the piece with the opening for the exhaust here, and that's going to suck out all the hot air. So make sure you find a good area where you can blow out some air if you're going to put it in your garage. And I haven't had to empty it out yet. It says as soon as you get an error here, I believe it's P1, you need to start draining out the water, which is you're going to do it by taking out this plug here and just draining out the water. But like I said, I've ran it for a couple days already, and I haven't had to do that yet. So it is going to last you a long time without you having to be draining this thing. So let me let it run a little longer, and we'll see how low we can get. Okay, I've had it running for a little bit, about 20-30 minutes, and I'm actually going to use an actual digital thermometer now. It's at 83.5, and that's over by my TV, all the way on this side by the entrance door to my house, away from the garage. And it just went up to 83.7, but it's around 83 degrees. Now I'm going to move it over to the middle, somewhere around the middle of the garage, and we'll see how it gets here in a couple minutes. Okay, I've had it here in the middle of my garage for a couple minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes, and now it's at 82.9. So it went down a little bit. Now I'm going to move it over here by where the box is at, a little bit closer to the AC, right around this area, and we'll see how it gets. Okay, it's been here about 10 minutes. It just went down 0.1 of a degree. So I'm going to move it now right here, right around where most of the air comes out of the AC unit, and we'll see where it gets. Okay, it's been here about 10 minutes. It's 87 degrees outside, feels like 97, and it's at 82. So still around the same. Now I'm going to move it to the back, which is supposed to be the hottest part of the garage, and we'll see where it gets to. Okay, now I've moved it from this part right here where the yellow tile is at, moved it over to the back where it's supposed to be the hottest. Today it's reading 82.9, so it's still almost maybe just a degree warmer. So once again, if you have a room like a garage or an outdoor shed, something like that, I'm not sure how good the insulation is here. I mean, I just have the metal door there. I think the walls are insulated here in the garage. If you have a room similar to this, and it's about 97 degrees outside with the index factor around 87, it's going to get down to around 82, 83. And like I said, you have to get the angle just right on the unit there in order to get the temperature where you want it in the part of the room that you want it. So I'm just going to go over the control panel here. I'm going to have a sleep timer, the area there to adjust the vent angle, the mode, area to change the temperature, and whether you want it in Celsius or Fahrenheit. And you also get a fan mode, high, medium, low, and there's a sleep and the power button. Now you are able to keep this vent opening up and down if you want. If that's something that you want to do. I'm not sure if it'll affect how long you can keep doing that, or affect whatever type of mechanism or little motor is making it open and close if you keep it like that all the time. Goes all the way down again and all the way up again. I'm not sure how much of a difference that'll make, and I mean, I assume it's going to be about the same. The only thing is you're going to get moved around a little more. It's going to be hitting the roof and or the ceiling, and it's going to hit the middle of the room a little bit. Might help a little bit, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do that here in a bit. I'll keep it like that for about 10 minutes, see if it changes anything. I'll put it back towards the middle. It's going to be around where the air is hitting at. So let me just do that last little test, and then that'll be it for this review for the Toshiba portable AC, and we'll see where it comes out at. Okay, I've had it here for about 5 minutes. Still have the vent moving up and down, and it's still the same, so it doesn't make a difference. I mean, you can have it like that if you want, but I don't think it makes a difference as far as how much cooler it's going to keep your room. So I'm going to keep mine down, as far down as it'll go. And that's it. That's where I'm going to keep mine. And just another little note here behind the AC, depending how far you have the exhaust hose running that way, it's going to keep that area hot. So just keep that in mind. The further away you keep it, the hotter the area is going to be behind the unit here. Like I said earlier, for me it's worth it if you're in an area where the heat index is high. If it's 90, it's going to be over 100. If it's 80, it's going to be high 90s, and it's very humid outside. To me, it's worth it to keep it. You know, if it's over 100, it's going to keep it 20 degrees, more than 20 degrees cooler. If it's 97 outside with the index, it's going to keep it 17 degrees cooler inside. I mean, to me, it's worth it in order to have my workout area, so I don't feel like I'm dying when I'm working out, especially when it's over 100. For me, I used to work out with the garage door all the way open to keep it as cool as I could before I got the AC, and it was very hot when it was over 100. The wind would barely circulate. I would use that big fan over there, but it only helped so much. Plus I would get dust in here and leaves and all kinds of stuff coming in. So it's going to help me keep it cleaner, and it's going to help me keep it cool when I'm ever in the garage working out or whatever else I'm doing in here. And that's going to be it for now. Like I said, it's the Toshiba portable air conditioner. This one I was able to get it at Home Depot. They had enough there to, they had about 3 or 4. No, actually they had about 7. Like I said, it was around $400. This is 10,000 BTUs. And if you have any questions, just let me know. That'll be it for this one.